Following more than $100 million in upgrades to Mariner of the Seas, Royal Caribbean has packed a lot of great things for families to enjoy on board its ship, and today we've got a video look all around the ship. This is a full tour of Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas, taken in 2021 after the cruises have restarted, so this is your best look yet at what Mariner has to offer. And if you have a cruise booked on Mariner of the Seas, it's going to have everything you need to know about the layout of the ship and what to expect on board. Here we go. Let's kick off our video tour of Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas with the pool deck. The pool deck is actually made up of two decks, Deck 11 and Deck 12. You'll find the pools on Deck 11. Deck 12 is more of a sunning deck where there's places to sit, walk, and of course the jogging track up there. But down on Deck 11, you've got the hot tubs, you've got the pools, and there's a number of them to enjoy. And throughout the day, you can go there as you see fit. The pools are open pretty much all day long, as along with the hot tubs. And again, there's plenty of lounge chairs all around the pool deck as well for you to enjoy on your sea days while in port or really any time. You can see the pool band was often found by the pool deck as well, and they play some great reggae music, island jams, things of that nature. And of course, no visit to the pool deck is complete without the pool bar, right? Having a drink by the bar. Now, the nice thing is you can go to the bar to get your drinks, or you can also have the drinks brought to you by one of the waiters, and there's plenty of great choices. By the way, if you're looking for a great recommendation, the Lava Flow with Kraken rum, really good. Between Deck 11 and Deck 12 here, you're going to have the suite area. This is reserved seating for suite guests only, and it's only available to them. If you're staying in a suite, you can come here anytime you want. You just walk on in, and essentially the crew members could ask you to see your SeaPass card in order to verify that's the case. Now, one thing you'll notice about Mariner of the Seas here in 2021, if you hadn't seen it in previous years, was that they've really revamped the whole pool deck area. It's got these bright colors, and it stands out quite a bit. All right, well, let's take a walk around Deck 11, because you know what? There's more than the pool just on these pool decks around here, including a lot of seating. That's actually, you're going to find seating all around anywhere you want. But to walk through the pool deck, you're going to go from the area near the pool down to the pool station towels, where you can get your towels for the day. Towels you can get at any time you want. There is no cost using the towels. Just make sure you return it before the end of the cruise. Likewise, those life jackets are also available to use at any time, no additional cost. Now, the pool deck, again, is pretty wide, and there's plenty to see here. And what I love about it actually is all the seating on towards the sides. I love being able to just grab a chair. And wait a minute, there's ice cream. Yes, that's right. Complimentary soft serve ice cream. When it gets a little warm out there, it's a great treat, and it's unlimited. There's no cost to it, and they usually come in a couple different flavors, so knock yourself out. Now, of course, also located, speaking of food on the pool deck, is the Boardwalk Doghouse, where you can get hot dogs of many kinds, not just a hot dog. There's different toppings, different styles of hot dogs. I don't even know what some of these are, but you can get basically a nice little pool deck snack, and it's really convenient because you don't have to go inside for it, and it's available during the day. But on a sea day, boy, is it nice to be able to hang out by the pool, enjoy some tunes, maybe watch something on the big screen out there, and otherwise just kind of relax and chill out. The pool deck on Royal Caribbean is really great because there's a ton for you to do, whether you want to hang out in the hot tub, directly in the sunlight, get your suntan going, you want to sit in the shade, it's great. Of course, we can't talk about the pool deck without talking about the Solarium. The Solarium is the adults-only pool area that's for guests 16 and up. Now, it's okay if your kids walk through the area, but to actually hang out in the Solarium, it is for, again, guests 16 and up. And what makes the Solarium different is not only adults only vibe here, it's also that the lounge chairs have these little padded cushions on them, makes it a little more comfortable, and of course, the giant hot tubs. Something else to notice about the Solarium is it's usually pretty warm in here. And of course, in the Solarium is the Solarium Bar, which is a little more relaxed. You know, the Sky Bar and the pool bars you saw earlier, well, those are a little more party vibe. Solarium Bar tends to be a little more relaxed and just kind of, you know, have that little vibe of like a little secluded area. The Solarium at its heart is about relaxation for adults. That's usually very, very popular on sea days. And yes, there are those day beds, casitas, which are available. First come, first serve if you want to get one of those. But there's plenty of seating around as well, regardless of where you want to go. Now you can also walk around the front of deck 11, and this area actually is just a nice viewpoint. There's actually one of my favorite hidden gems here, which is the Peekaboo Bridge. So actually on Mariner of the Seas, you can actually look into the bridge from deck 11. How cool is that? Up on deck 12 is the running and jogging deck. So in addition to the chairs you'll find, there's also an opportunity for you to go do a run. This is the place to do it. And of course, being up on deck 12 is really one of the best vantage points to see all around you. Whether you're at sea, in port, or anywhere in between, it's really nice to be able to just kind of take in your surroundings and maybe even pull up a chair, especially in the evening. I really like it. If you're looking for somewhere to catch the sunset, this is definitely the place to go. Now, this is kind of an interesting thing. There is a technically, I guess this is deck 12 and a half or 13. There's also an additional sun deck. If you just need unfiltered sun, no shade, and actually not a lot of people around you, this little viewing area or sun area is probably the way to go. Speaking of deck 13, that's where you also find the sports court if you go to the back of the ship, and that is home to all the fun stuff you probably read about Mariner of the Seas. Of course, you have the basketball court, which also gets used for other things like soccer and dodgeball, various activities. You've got the rock climbing wall, which you can challenge yourself to go all the way up to. Ring a bell at the top over there. Climbing wall is a staple of Royal Caribbean. In fact, it was one of the first major activities they brought on board a cruise ship. Way back then, people were like, whoa, they have a rock climbing wall on a cruise ship. And they got it on Mariner of the Seas as well. And you can check that out for yourself. In addition, there's a lot more to see and do on the sports deck, including, of course, other activities like there's ping pong for you to enjoy. But I think really, as you start to get to the back of deck 13, you're going to find all these really cool swings to sit on. They're very relaxing. I think they're meant for kids, but forget that. I want to hang out there too. And then there's these chipped climbers, which are unbelievably fun. My kids absolutely love these things because it's a challenge to get all the way to the top. So many ways you can get up to the top there. And while your kids are up there, make sure you grab a little nappy nap in the hammocks that are available as well. And of course, in the back of the ship, you've got also lots of fun water activities, starting with the Flow Rider. The Flow Rider is a surf simulator where you can challenge yourself to see if you can really do it. Stand-up surfing, boogie boarding, either way, you can give it a shot, and it is a exhilarating activity. A lot of people really, really enjoy giving it their best. And I think obviously wiping out is a big part of it. But if you're looking for something a little more tame, but plenty of water involved, well, then the water slides are the way to go. There are 2 water slides on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas. This is the perfect storm water slides, and they are really fun. They're not nearly as fast as the water slides you might find at Perfect Day at Coco Key or maybe your local water park, but they're a great sea day thing, and by the way, included with your cruise fare. Speaking of included activities, the Skypad. So the Skypad is a bungee trampoline VR experience. Yeah, I got all those right. It is a fun, different thing to do where basically they strap you in, you put on a VR headset, and then you can pick among different video games that you get to be in. So in the video game, when you jump, the video game jumps, etc. All right, after all that, you might get a little hungry. Step out down to Johnny Rockets. One of the many specialty restaurants available on Mariner of the Seas, just like the land-based restaurants, is this 50s themed diner where you can get burgers, fries, hot dogs, and a lot more. It's quaint and it's really fun. And the nice thing about it is it's all included with the covered charge that you're going there. So all the food is included. So whether you want to get the tuna melt, the grilled cheese, the hot dogs, anything in between, that's all there. The milkshakes do cost extra, something to keep in mind. But if you have a drink package, then it's included there. And it's a really fun spot. Families love this. My kids love it as well, because at the end of the day, who doesn't love, hot dogs, burgers, and maybe some fries with cheese on them, or chili, or whatever you like. Also, shout out to the vanilla Cokes you can get. And it's just a fun sea day experience. And I love going there for lunch to kind of mix it up a little bit. Again, especially because you can go here and grab food and enjoy it. Now, after your kids are done eating hot dogs and burgers, they're going to go to the arcade. The arcade is available on board Mariner of the Seas, and this does have an additional cost to it. It's just like pretty much any arcade you've ever been to in your life. There's an additional charge, depends on the game. You can purchase credits. And once you're there, you can go to town on any of the different games they've got: skee ball, racing, shoot 'em ups, the games with the cranes, and really your traditional arcade stuff. Kids love this stuff. I don't mind actually playing a couple times when my kids are there as well. And next to the arcade, conveniently located, by the way, parents, you'll also find Adventure Ocean. So Adventure Ocean is the complimentary area of the ship for kids. This is a supervised programming for children. It's award-winning, it's really fun, and they separate it based on ages. You've got Aquanauts 3 to 5, Explorers 6 to 8, and Voyagers 9 to 11, and the Teens Club as well. So Adventure Ocean is really where you can drop your kids off in a supervised environment in which there are activities for them to do, and it's age-based. So that way, the 3-year-olds are doing something that's a little more appealing to them than obviously the older children, right? And Adventure Ocean is complimentary. Just sign up on the first day, and there you go. Back up on deck 12 again, we're going to go check out the mini golf. Yes, there's mini golf on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas at the Mariner Dunes, and you can challenge yourself. This is actually a really cool course, and to get there, there's even more seating. Look at this fun seating area on your way. But once you actually get to the Mariner Dunes course, totally complimentary for you to do. Challenge yourself to a rousing game. This is actually a really fun activity after you're kind of all wet from the pool deck and you're trying to dry off or air dry. This is a great spot, and there is seating, by the way, for the parents who want to take a load of. Yeah, honey, I'm watching you. In addition, there's these misters that kind of look like a Stargate, but you walk through them and it cools you off, because that deck gets really warm when you're up on deck 12 or 13, depending on, I guess, your math on this one. So, all right, enough of these hot decks. We need some air conditioning. Let's get down, back onto the ship, and check out some of the other activities on the other decks. Down on deck 11 inside, you're going to find the world-famous Windjammer Marketplace. This is the buffet. A lot of people refer to it as that. To get in, you're going to wash your hands, washy-washy. In order to get in, the friendly crew will remind you that you have to do that. And then once you're in, well, there you go. You get a chance to check out the food. Now, again, we recorded this video here in 2021, so you've got COVID protocols in place. Chief among them, the crew serves you instead of you serving yourself, which is actually a whole lot better. Basically, you grab your plate, and then you walk up to the station, you see something you like, and a crew member will serve it for you. The Windjammer is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, although right now in early 2021, it is not available for dinner because of the lower capacity, but eventually it'll reopen for that. But it's a great spot to be able to just grab food quickly, and, there's a lot of choices. So that's the best part of the Windjammer, is just how many choices you've got. Picky eaters, adventurous eaters, you're going to find something for everybody over here, and it's a very popular option. And a lot of people just like going here because, again, you have that variety, and there's lots of seating to enjoy as well. So great spot, and lots of food. Now, in the Windjammer, there's plenty of drinks as well that you'll be able to try. This complimentary. There is, of course, bar service if you'd like it, but water, iced tea, juices in the morning, coffees, teas, those are available as well. And as I mentioned, there's seating all around the outside of the Windjammer, including some fabulous seating in the back. You can see out to the ocean, what's around you. But if you just want to, grab your food and sit somewhere else, there's plenty of seating for different groups and parties all around. I think a lot of people just really like watching the ocean go by as they enjoy their meal, especially in breakfast. It's really relaxing when you get to do that. So maybe grab that cup of coffee in the morning and have a seat by the window. You won't regret it. And of course, that I mentioned, there's a lot of great food, including international foods, favorites that you've come and to love, traditional stuff, and really everything in between. I mean, I just can't talk enough about the variety of food that you will find in the Windjammer. It is absolutely fantastic. Also located near the Windjammer are two of Royal Caribbean specialty restaurants. You've got Chops Grill on the left and Jamie's Italian on the right. These are extra cost restaurants. Jamie's Italian, you may have heard, is actually named after Jamie Oliver, the famous British chef, and it is Italian food. The best way I can describe it is it's kind of Jamie's take on traditional Italian. So it's not checkerboard Italian here. This is kind of like a more modern take on Italian food, and you'll notice it very quickly when you walk in and you don't see the traditional motif, but there is still plenty of the usual stuff that you come to love at an Italian restaurant, and some fresh takes on it as well. Of course, you've got garlic bread, you've got pastas, which are freshly baked every day, eggplant parm, you've got some meats to enjoy. But speaking of crowd pleasers, it's hard to ever go wrong with Chops Grill, the signature specialty restaurant in Royal Caribbean, and it is a steakhouse at its heart, and there is plenty of great cuts of beef, in addition to some other things as well, but it's really about filet mignon, New York strip, ribeyes, and really every other cut of steak you can really look forward to enjoying, and it is a classic specialty restaurant. Chops Grill is a staple of the Royal Caribbean fleet. You're going to find it on every ship in there, and for good reason, because it is such a popular choice that's out there with tons of great options. But I really think the appetizers and the sides really complement the restaurant well. Certainly you go in there and you're thinking steak, 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 but there's great options: tuna, shrimp, soups, salads, and then of course, yes, plenty of great steak to enjoy. But the food is expertly prepared, and Chops Grill is one of those restaurants that just doesn't disappoint. It is a staple on Royal Caribbean for a reason, because it is just that darn good. And yeah, save room for dessert because it is really good. The red velvet cake is my personal favorite, but I really don't think you're going wrong with anything there on the menu at Chops Grill. Also located at the front of Deck 11 and 12 is the spa. So the spa is a combination of the spa and the fitness center. You'll hear it referred to as the Vitality Spa and Fitness Center. So we'll start with the fitness center part of it. That's the gym. This is complimentary, by the way, for you to enjoy, although there are classes that you could pay for in addition. But in the gym proper, you're going to find your treadmills, you're going to find ellipticals, free weights, weight machines to use. The fitness center is very popular. I think more people tend to go there in the beginning of the cruise, and then as the cruise kind of wanes on, the idea of sleeping in sounds a whole lot more interesting, but you'll find plenty of people in the gym to enjoy the facilities there. And it's actually a pretty impressive facility considering that it is a complimentary gym. Compared to most gyms at home, you're going to find all the basics you've been looking for. It's not like, a couple free weights in the corner here. There are actually a lot of different options for you in this fitness center on Mariner of the Seas. You're also going to find changing rooms near the fitness center, as well as the sauna and steam rooms. Now, again, part of COVID-19 protocols is the sauna and steam rooms aren't actually open right now, but eventually they will reopen, and it'll be a chance for you to go in there and enjoy them because they are complimentary. Probably one of the hidden gems, but after your workout, there are showers for you to be able to use if you'd like to be able to do that. Something else to keep in mind. But again, unfortunately, the steam rooms and the saunas aren't available as of 2021, but again, at some point, they're going to reopen. The fitness center also kind of ties into the Vitality Spa. The Vitality Spa is an extra cost area where you can get plenty of massages and services done. There's also a salon in there. So whether you want to get your nails done, get your hair done, haircut, for men, if you want to get a shave, there are that opportunity for you. And this is something a lot of people like to do to indulge a little bit when it comes to the spa because, of course, you're on a cruise. You want to relax a little bit. So whether it's someone doing your hair or going for a massage, you're going to find plenty of great choices here when it comes to the spa. One tip for saving money at the spa is to ask for specials. Every day there will be a special, and the best specials are when the ship is in port. So ask them all about that. All right, let's go up to Deck 14 and Ellington's. This is the bar area, which is at the Viking Crown Lounge, it's formerly called. It is a beautiful space with lots of sweeping views of the ocean and the top of the ship deck. It's really great on sea days or at night, really anytime, because of the views you have up here. There is bar service available as part of Ellington's, and occasionally there'll be some events going on there like trivia and whatnot. So take a look at it and grab a drink. It's nice thing about it, again, the appeal of Ellington's is it's a drink with the view. So you get your drink to get anywhere else, but the views here of the ocean and what's around you are unparalleled. It's just really beautiful. It's really relaxing. If you want to read in the daytime, it's not usually very busy at all. The Diamond Club is also nearby. The Diamond Lounge is for Diamond members only. So if you're Diamond, Diamond Plus, or Pinnacle as part of Crown and Anchor Society, you have a dedicated area to kind of hang out. During the day, it's pretty quaint and quiet because it's just an extra space for you. But at night, they have complimentary beverages as well as some hors d'oeuvres to enjoy while you're in the Diamond Lounge. And it's just a space for Diamond guests. Royal Caribbean really does value its loyalty of its guests, and they give you a dedicated part to enjoy it. Also nearby is the Suite Lounge, kind of like the Diamond Lounge, but the Suite Lounge is, as you might imagine, for suite guests. If you book a suite, Grand Suite or above, you can go to the Suite Lounge anytime you want. This is also where you'll find the concierge. The concierge can help you out with a number of issues, kind of like your own little guest services. But in addition to that, you're also going to find in the Suite Lounge complimentary beverages and hors d'oeuvres, and this is included as part of your cruise fare. A lot of people love the Suite Lounge because it offers a lot of the services, and this is kind of what you're paying for. So enjoy it because the Suite Lounge is a dedicated area just for suite guests. Next up is the Puzzle Room, the Puzzle Break Center. This is the escape room, really. And the escape room is a timed challenge in which you and other guests have a certain amount of time to go through a series of clues and figure out the solution to a bigger problem. This is actually really tough to do. I've done this a couple times. I think I've solved it like once, and every ship has a different escape room. The plot of it is very different, but if your team works quickly and can kind of go through it, you might be able to solve all the clues to be able to come up with the solution to escape. And if you do, that is a really great feeling. So good luck. All right, let's hop in that elevator, go on down. By the way, those aft elevators are absolutely beautiful because you get to see a view of the decks as you go by. The glass elevators are absolutely beautiful, and it's a nice view. My kids love going right up to them. It's a big deal because it's something to look at while you're going up or down the elevators. Now, of course, most of the middle decks are really these hallways, right? Where your staterooms are going to comprise most of the decks in the middle, and there's plenty of rooms to go into and check out, depending on what kind of cabin you have here. We have a balcony cabin that is pretty representative, I think, of what you're going to find in most rooms, but all the rooms have some basic core amenities, right? There's a desk, there's a closet, there's your own private bathroom. You're also going to find a shower in there. In the regular rooms, the shower is a stand-up shower. There is no tub. If you move up to a junior suite or higher, then you actually get a full-size tub there. But when it comes to a balcony room, this is why you book it, right? Look at that sunset out of your room. Oh, it's amazing. But it's nice when you get your own balcony room. Some people, really swear by balcony rooms. Other people are like, depends on the price, really. But can't go wrong when you're looking through your rooms. And there's plenty of choices. Interior, ocean view, you get it. Next up is the main dining room. The main dining room on Mariner of the Seas, I think, is absolutely fantastic. It is beautiful and stunning. It's 3 decks high. It's actually loosely themed to The Sound of Music, the musical. And it's very elegant, very regal looking. Each deck serves different types of guests for dinner, whether it is my time or traditional dining. There's a bigger discussion about that in terms of whether you have a set time to go for dinner or you kind of go on your own schedule. But the main dining room is open for breakfast and dinner every day of the cruise. It's also open for lunch on sea days, so look for that as an option. But a lot of people really swear by the main dining room for their meals. I mean, it is a staple of cruising in general because the crew really gets to know what you like. They serve you. It's a very personalized experience because after about a day or two, the crew members that are serving you are going to kind of figure out, oh, you like having Coke with your meal, you like this and that. It becomes a lot more personal because they really get to know you very, very well. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about the amazing food here. It's a different menu every day for dinner. For breakfast, the menu does not change, but for lunch it does. So you get a lot of good choices out there, and it's really nice to be able to, go there for dinner with family and friends, catch up what happened during the day. It is just one of those cruise experiences that I think is quintessential when it comes to going on a cruise ship. I know a lot of people love specialty dining, but the main dining room will always have a special place in my heart. All right, the Royal Promenade. This is really the heart of Mariner of the Seas, and this is a wide thoroughfare where you'll find shopping, things to do, and bars to visit. First up on the Royal Promenade is the shore excursion desk. So if you want to book a shore excursion, you haven't booked it before the cruise, you can not only go here to book it, but also get answers to questions. The shore excursion staff has regular hours that they come there, so they can assist you with picking out excursion tour, answer questions for you, and otherwise kind of be your go-between if there's any issues that arise. Next to the shore excursion desk is the Next Cruise desk. How about booking another cruise while you're on board? Next Cruise is really about giving you that opportunity, and if you book a cruise at Next Cruise, they'll actually give you extra onboard credit for doing so. One really common question about Next Cruise is, should I book my cruise at Next Cruise? And I tell people all the time, if you're on a ship like Mariner of the Seas and you're thinking to yourself, wow, we're having such a great time, let's book another cruise, then yes, go to Next Cruise. But if you're watching this video at home, don't wait to book it at Next Cruise. Book it now, because sometimes the prices change very, very quickly, and I'd hate for you to have waited to book it on board the ship only to discover the price has gone up after that. Across from Next Cruise and Shore Excursion Desk is Guest Services. Guest Services is really your go-to place for any questions or concerns you may have. Just like a hotel, they can help you with billing issues, room key issues, really any question you might have. Guest Services is available. They are open 24 hours a day. You can stop there anytime you want to be able to go through and answer questions for you. It does get busy during certain times, so you can always come back a little bit later if you see a line there. But if you got a problem with your room key, or you have an issue with billing, or again, really any question and you can't find someone, this is your go-to spot to check it out. They also have copies of the Cruise Compass. So if you lost one, need another one, want to give your kids one, whatever the case may be, that's your place to go. All right, let's go down the Royal Promenade. You're going to find plenty of shopping and dining here on the Royal Promenade because there's just a lot to do. Of course, you have the Port Merchant Store, which is where you're going to get your liquor duty-free store, essentially. Cigars, wine, and lots of other things that you might want to bring home with you after your cruise is over. There's also the jewelry store where you get a memento for something to remind you of your cruise vacation. And walking down the Royal Promenade, you also have one of my favorite spots as well, and that is the Bamboo Room on the right and the shopping on the left. Let's go shopping first. And here you're going to find the Royal Caribbean logo store, essentially. Anything Royal Caribbean themed and Mariner of the Seas themed is what you're going to find over here. And then across is the Bamboo Room, which is one of my favorite places to go hang out. Great watering hole. It's a tropical tiki style themed bar. It is just a fun spot to grab a drink. They have a great menu, by the way, special drinks that are only found in the Bamboo Room, and they have a great set of waiters and bartenders here who can take care of you. My recommendations for the Bamboo Room include the On the Run, which is basically an adult version of a Capri Sun, also the Jet Pilot, which is a fun drink again to have at a Bamboo Room, but they can make you anything you want over here. There's some really great choices. My recommendation, if you have the drink package, is come here and try out a bunch of different options because they all sound really good until you try, and you got to figure out exactly which one is right for you. If you're feeling lucky and want the expressway down to the casino, there's actually a set of stairs that bring you down there. We'll get to the casino a little bit later in the video, but this is one way to get it. But one of my absolute favorite spots to go to every night of the cruise is the Barnacle and Barrel, the English-style pub on board. In the evening, you're going to find live music. As you can see, I'm sitting here doing my work while I'm enjoying some live tunes. I love the pub. It's the songs that you always love to sing along to at any bar you've ever been to in your life. This is the place for you. It's a great spot. Also, probably the best beer selection on Mariner of the Seas you might find here at the Barnacle and Barrel. Really, the Royal Promenade is about a place to hang out, kind of walk around and enjoy. You've got the Solarium beauty store if you're looking at perfumes and makeup and other things that I have really no idea what they're used for other than they go on people's faces, I guess. You've also got the self-serve Coca-Cola freestyle machines. It's a very popular option. It's right next to Cafe Promenade and Playmakers. Cafe Promenade is a staple of a grab-and-go spot. You've got coffees, you've got pizza, you've got snacks. It is available most hours of the day, and if you're looking for a snack, if you've got the munchies, this is the place for you because, of course, there's a lot of great choices here. In the morning, a lot of people love going to get their coffees there. You get lattes, espressos, macchiatos. And then you also have pastries to choose from, desserts, but a lot of people really come for the pizza. Sorrento's Pizza is found here at Cafe Promenade. And of course, there's plenty of coffee to enjoy. A lot of people go to Cafe Promenade in the morning, again, for their morning coffee, but it's available throughout the day and they stay out till like really late at night. So late night munchies, early morning coffee, they got you covered here at Cafe Promenade. If you're looking to catch the game, have a beer with it, or just kind of, have a sports bar vibe, Playmakers is where you want to go. Playmakers is a relatively new concept for most Royal Caribbean ships, and as you can see, it's that sports bar vibe. They've got video games, billiards to enjoy, and not just video games, by the way. These are classic video games like Galaga, Mrs. Pac-Man. There's a lot to really have fun with here, especially after a couple of drinks. You can kind of enjoy the challenge, if you will. But of course, you're feeling hungry. How about some food? We'll start off with the nachos. I love nachos. Really good. They've also got fries, onion ring tower to enjoy, and all of this is so good. The campfire cookie, you've got to eat this. This is the dessert option. It is basically the world's greatest s'more on earth. Must eat. Those are excellent choices. Also on deck 5 of the Royal Promenade, you've got at the front of it, you're going to have the Star Lounge. So the Star Lounge is located right in the atrium area, and it is where you're going to find a kind of a multi-purpose area. Bingo is held here. You're going to have live musical acts. So the Star Lounge is kind of, they use it for a lot of different things. But before you get into the Star Lounge, there's actually the library. Yeah, there's a library, and it's here. Easily overlooked. The library is, well, it's mostly a sitting room. I mean, there are books, don't get me wrong. But it's kind of this sitting room. A lot of people don't know about it. If you want to do some work in quiet, this is probably your best place to go because just most people don't even know it exists. In the Star Lounge, though, you're going to have plenty of tables. There's actually a really large area. That's why they use it for dancing. They'll use it for bingo. There is a bar in the back when it's open. So you're going to find some options here. And I think when you look at the cruise compass throughout the day, different activities to kind of go here and enjoy the Star Lounge because, again, they can just use it for almost anything. The silent disco is also held here at night. So there's lots to enjoy. But how about a secret? Yeah, you can go out to the Helipad on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas. So any time of the day or night, you can go up to the Helipad, just go outside on deck 4 and walk forward until you literally run into it. The Helipad is a wonderful spot for sail away. It is my go-to area if you want to be able to see the ship sail away from the port of departure. It's the best view in the house, but even at sea or really anywhere, simply put, the Helipad has the best views of the ocean around you. And again, the reason why I go here for sailways is it's just such a fantastic vantage point. But you come here any time of the day and have a seat on one of the benches, take it all in. It is, I think, one of the best places to kind of just enjoy the ocean going past you. All right, well, also at the front of the ship is the Royal Theater. So you're going to find entertainment on board Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas. Comedians, production shows, it's all being done in the Royal Theater. And actually, the entertainment changes depending on your sailing. So check the cruise compass for what's going on there. But you'll find plenty of different activities in the Royal Theater, and there's lots of seating here to enjoy. Again, you'll find a variety of different shows, and sometimes it's family friendly, sometimes it's adult only comedy, but it's really the clearinghouse for all the production shows they do here, which is really impressive. And by the way, they actually have a live orchestra that can perform, and there's a pit where the orchestra can perform. That's something that you don't usually find on cruise ships because of the limited space, but Royal Caribbean really cares about live music, and you'll find it here in the Royal Theater. It's time to eat again, so let's go over to Izumi on deck 4. Izumi is a hibachi and sushi option. It is one of my favorite restaurants on any Royal Caribbean ship because, of course, it's so good. Most of the restaurant is available for teppanyaki dining. This is hibachi. This is where they cook in front of you. flip the food, they flip everything around. It's so good. You've got choices of chicken, beef, shrimp, lobster. Yes, this place does cost extra, but I gotta tell you, if I gotta pick one specialty restaurant to eat at on Mariner of the Seas, it is Izumi. It is that darn good and satisfying. There's also sushi available on board, whether you like really crazy sushi, basic sushi, anywhere in between. There's good choices, and there's a sushi bar you can go to. I do recommend getting reservations for hibachi beforehand. For the sushi bar, you can usually be able to walk up for it, but regardless, if you want to eat at Izumi, make sure you make reservations. And the food here is really, really good. If you love Japanese food, whether it is sushi or cooked food for you, it's really fun. Actually, my kids absolutely love the hibachi because it's just a fun experience. If you've never done hibachi before, they cook in front of you the food. There's a bit of a show element to it, in addition to some really, really tasty food. Rice, chicken, beef, vegetables, soups. Oh, it's all so good. It's all, watching this video now, I could really go for some, but it is excellent stuff. And I recommend, I think if you're going to do one specialty restaurant, this is a really good choice for you. Now, if you step right outside Izumi, right next door is the Schooner Bar. This is a staple of the Royal Caribbean bar scene. It is a nautical themed bar, and at night, they do have a piano player there every night, and it is a really fun time if you like those kind of songs to sing along to. The Schooner Bar can also be where you'll find trivia during the daytime, and it's just a really fun place to hang out because of the vibe. You've great views of the ocean from the windows that are nearby, and the staff is always excellent. It's just a really nice place to go in and enjoy the music, especially at night. I think at night it really pops up. You'll find a lot of people hanging out there, and they have a nice selection of drinks as well, full bar selection to enjoy. So cheers to everybody at the Schooner Bar. As you walk past the Schooner Bar, of course, that'll lead you right into the casino. We talked about that earlier. Casino Royale is where you can go to, well, you might have guessed it, gamble, right? Slot machines, blackjack, roulette, poker, they've got it all really in Casino Royale, so there's plenty to enjoy. When you get out of the casino, you'll also find another bar in the atrium, Boleros. Boleros is a Latin-themed bar. And you're going to have not only a Latin-themed drink menu here, but also live music here every night as well. The nice thing about Boleros is it's a very open area, and on top of that, I think the music here is a little different than the other venues because, of course, they go for that Latin vibe, and it really stands out. It's a fun place. As soon as you walk by, you're going to notice it quite a bit. And the drink menus, if you want to get a mojito, this is the place to get it at Boleros. When you need a pick-me-up, Starbucks is also located on Deck 4, right across from Boleros in the atrium, and Starbucks does have an additional cost to it, so even if you have a drink package, it is not included, but you can pay for your drinks at Starbucks through your SeaPass card or if you have a Starbucks card. And then, of course, on Deck 4, you'll find the walk-around promenade deck that goes all the way around the ship. We talked earlier about the helipad area, but this is a deck you can actually sit or walk around. It's really relaxing whether you're coming here in the daytime or at night to enjoy the sea breeze. This is a very quiet area. You're going to find not too many people around here, but you are going to find excellent views and plenty of chairs and even shuffleboard along the way to enjoy as you walk around. It's a really fun thing to do on sea days, I think, primarily because you get that ocean breeze, you get the views from all around you, and if you're looking for like a more relaxed pace, definitely the promenade deck on Deck 4 is the way to go. And then going back inside the ship, we go down to the Centrum, down to Deck 3. This is the photo area. So if you take a photo on board with one of Royal Caribbean's photographers, this is where you can look at the photos at any time and review them. And if you'd like to, also purchase it. The nice thing about the photo gallery is it is totally optional. You don't have to buy anything you take a photo of, and you can look at digital photos, scroll through them, add borders, customize them the way you want. It's really nice. It's a departure from the old style of having printed photos to look at and review. Here it's easier to browse for sure. Also nearby is the art gallery. You can also browse the art if you want to do the art auction later on. Well, this is a spot to take a look at all the art that you could potentially bid on later on in the cruise. And right next door is Studio B. This is one of the premier spots to see entertainment on board. Of course, this is the ice skating rink. Yes, there is an ice skating rink on Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas. During your cruise, you're going to find actually ice shows performed. There is, of course, bar service, so you don't have to go too far to grab a drink there. But of course, the ice skating rink is the center of where all the action is. On Mariner of the Seas, you're going to enjoy a wonderful ice skating show that is really filled with different performers. These are not just people who are donning skates. These are past Olympic performers, professional ice skaters who help tell a story during the show. It's a lot of fun. And then, by the way, the show is complimentary to enjoy while you're here. And in the future, you can also go on to the ice skating rink at certain times for a free skate. It's not available on all sailings, but if it is, it's an opportunity for you to put on some skates and try ice skating yourself. Seeing the people do these moves on the ice during the show is truly incredible. I know the idea of an ice show and ice capades is kind of a polarizing topic, but it is definitely a must-do in my opinion. Coming back out to the atrium area, you're going to find plenty of stairs to get you back upstairs. And of course, we are on deck 3, and that is the bottom of the dining room. So I mentioned earlier, the dining room is 3 decks, and you can access the dining room on deck 3, 4, or 5. Now we're going to go down to deck 2. Why would you ever want to go to deck 2? Well, there's a couple things here. First of all, you have the conference center. If you are on board with a group, there is conference room space. For most guests, you'll probably never see this area, but there are conference rooms. Usually you'll have groups that will reserve this to hold meetings and what have you. So this is a space on board the ship, and there's different areas. They can make them wider, bigger, smaller. It just depends on the configuration they decide on. And if you go all the way to deck 1, most likely you're going on deck 1 to disembark the ship at a port, but it's also where you'll find the medical center. I hope nobody has to see this area as well, but if there is an issue, you can go to the medical center on deck 1 and they can take care of any needs you may have. Well, there you have it, a look at Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas, and it is absolutely a beautiful ship to go on. Plenty to see and do on board, and with her amplification that occurred in 2018, it is really impressive, some of the spaces they've added onto an already impressive ship. And at night, it's just so relaxing to be able to walk around and enjoy it. If you happen to go on Mariner of the Seas, let me know in the comments below, what is your favorite thing about the ship? Which venues do you absolutely love? Hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure you'll hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and turn on your notifications. That way YouTube lets you know when we have a brand new video to share. This has been Matt from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com, and we'll talk again real soon.